out of thin air. On the 22nd of this month will be World Water Day, and in line to that, we're going to be speaking to Philip Holi, who is the Technical Director at Shirtliff, which is a technology company, and it's geared towards offering water solutions. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So, 56 years after independence, and still statistics are a little bit worrying when it comes to Kenyans accessing water, and even the world all over. Almost 3 out of 10 people do not have access to clean and safe water. Why are we in that particular situation in the 21st century?
Well, you've got to look at the factors behind this. The population over those last 56 years in Kenya has, tripled? Mm-hmm. So the water sources that we had back then cannot sustainably serve the population that we have now. We're about 40, going to 50 million people. So that's one of the big challenges. Population growth makes it much more difficult to provide water to a growing population.
Wow. Yeah. But when change happens, we also have to change with time. And I'm glad companies like yours have put yourself in position where you're offering solution to the current problems that we have in Kenya in regards to water. Yeah. What has Shirtliff done over the years? Just in brief, to tell us the solutions that you have offered to Kenyans so that they can access clean and safe water.
Okay. Thanks. Well, first of all, to start out, Shirtliff has been in Kenya for just about 73 years now. Mm-hmm. So we've been working with Kenyans, with Kenyan citizens, and our focus has always been on provision of clean, potable drinking water for industry, for agriculture, and so on. The solutions we've had have developed in line with how the country has grown. So we've come up with solutions for river water, which was initially the common source. Of course, we work with counties, with private individuals in terms of boreholes, borehole drilling. One major innovation that has come up in the last, say, 4 or 5 years is solar-powered boreholes. Previously, you required a source of power close to your borehole in order to get water out of the ground. But now, just by using a few solar panels, you can pump water. And that has made a tremendous difference in the lives of people living in very remote areas where there's no mains power. Maybe they had to previously use generators, but now with solar power, water has become much more accessible. And I think this is one of the things that in the coming years will revolutionize water access for Kenyan citizens.
Wow, solar-powered boreholes.
Absolutely.
You just have power right above you.
Yeah.
The issue of hunger in the country has, again, we've seen, especially Turkana, is one of the key areas that we are focusing on. And what we know of a fact is that we have an aquifer in Turkana, but a lot of questions are being asked. Kenyans are asking, what are we doing about the water underground? Because people on top of it are starving.
Yeah. I read a recent report by the CS Water about the situation in Turkana and about this aquifer. And the issue really is that much as there's a lot of water under there, it is very salty, very saline. And so it's difficult to pump that water out of the ground and make it available when it's not in a drinkable form. The technology required to take this salty water and make it potable or suitable for human or animal use is somewhat expensive. You require desalination technology to take the salt out of the water and make it drinkable. So that's a big challenge with the aquifer in Turkana, in my understanding.
All right. And with that particular gap, because the gap is, first of all, the cost of the technology that can help, desalinate the water. And secondly, you as a company, and I believe other technology companies, as you have seen in that particular story, they are producing water from air. So is there a solution of desalination, and how can it be done in large scale so that it can serve a population like the Turkana population?
The challenge of desalination is actually a global problem. It's not something that us in Kenya are trying to solve on our own. The world population is growing. We have very limited resources, and the biggest source of water is, of course, the sea. To make seawater drinkable, you have to desalinate it. The conventional technology, which has been in use for probably 30, 40, 50 years, is reverse osmosis. But as I said, it's expensive. In recent years, there have been a lot of technology developments to try and make desalination much less costly. People are exploring nanotechnology. People are exploring hydrogels that can absorb the water, leaving the salts behind. So there's a lot of R&D going on right now, including what we saw earlier, converting humidity in the air into drinkable water. As Davis and Shirtliff, what we're trying to do is work on the established reverse osmosis technology, make it much more affordable, try and solarize it, and we believe by using local engineering capability, we can also come up with a homegrown solution to address these challenges.
All right. And wrapping up, tomorrow is World Water Day. What do you have up the sleeves as Davis and Shirtliff for Kenyans?
Well, one of the things that Davis and Shirtliff actively does is CSR programs. We work with a lot of schools across the country in terms of looking at solutions to address their water needs. World Water Day in Kenya will be celebrated at a primary school in Kakamega County. And so for Davis and Shirtliff, what we're doing in Kakamega is we're going to work with the kids at a primary school, set up an irrigation system that will help in the school's self-feeding program. So using irrigation to help the school grow crops and feed the primary school kids. So that's the main thing we're doing for World Water Day.
Wow, that's amazing. So all roads lead to Kakamega tomorrow. In fact, people should start traveling today, unless you're going by air, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for making time to speak to business today.
All right.
We appreciate it. All right. There you have it. Technology is very key when it comes to access to water. And if you're a technologist outside there, or you can find one, it is advisable that you also look at the channels you can put into water technology, like desalination. There's a huge gap right there that you can take